So that was the intro for Run Like Hell, and I showed you the chords, the descending chord pattern which runs through all the choruses of that song. The original would have been played on a Fender Esquire apparently, which was like a Telecaster with one pickup. When Dave Gilmour does it live, all the Pink Floyd stuff that I've seen, he tends to use a Telecaster in drop D. So we are in drop D. And I'm using a Strat, obviously, because I don't have my telly to hand, and I've got it on the bridge pickup with a flanger and a delay and a little bit of drive. The delay is set on 380, and the repeats, you can hear, that's about a 45% feedback and about a 45% level as well. Apparently the original was done with two delays. You've got one crotchet delay and one dotted crotchet delay, so that's how you get that cross rhythm. But most people don't have two delays, and you can get the sound and the effect with just the one delay set on 380, so you get that. Let's just start off by looking at the actual chords, because that's the important bit. You can get your delay up and running when you get the chords sorted. So we're starting off with this D triad for these chords. So we've got flat across the top two on the 10th, and second finger on the 11th fret on the 3rd string with the D in the bass. And then the next one is an actual D shape that you'll know from down here, but on the 9th fret. So slide that up to 9th. That chord is actually, if you extend it downwards, is an A. So it's like going. But with a D in the bass. So that would be D, A over D. That means A with a D in the bass. So that'd be written A/D. And then we're moving it down 2 frets to a G, again in the D shape, but on the 7th fret. So that's G over D, and then we're down to this shape, which is actually the top part of a D bar chord, just the top 3 strings of it. Again, keeping that D in the bass, the open D string, so we've got, that's the kind of rhythm you want. So they're in pairs, so you've got the first one, the next one we're going to is A, here, in the 5th fret, which is the top part of, oops, we're in drop D, so I better not play that bottom E string. So we're doing the top, flat across there, just like with the original D up there, on the 5th. Again, keeping that D in the bass, and then moving it down 2 frets to get a G again over D, and then we're ending on a D. But before that, we're just going to start with the 3rd finger of the D, not the other 2, and then putting the other 2 fingers back on to complete the D. So the rhythm we've got is, if we bung the delay on, so that's the whole descending pattern. Underneath that you've got this D going all the time, this open D string. You've got to make sure you get it exactly timed right with the delay, otherwise you can end up in all kinds of trouble if you're playing with a drummer and you're not in time with the delay. So that's what it sounds like without the delay. And with the delay. And I've got a slight damping going on here with my hand, with this bit here, across the bridge. So here's a clever bit where you try and put them together. So here's the intro bit that comes before the descending pattern. Basically, we're doing this damping thing, starting quite high up. And then hitting the D on the 12th fret, which would normally be an E, but we're in drop D, as in the bottom E string is tuned down a tone. So it's so the whole guitar is tuned normally except the bottom E, which is a tone lower. So if you play it up here, you get a D, whereas you would normally get an E. So if you were to do this live, you can spin this out as much as you want, as I tend to do. So eventually it resolves to the old pattern that we looked at before. Drums come in, and then you can do your, just by 3rd fret, with a little pull off. Sometimes you go down to the C's. I think you might have seen me also go. It's not on the record, but I tend to do it when I play it live. So those are the two main things that I would do. Okay, for the run bits, these are the chords that are going on. With using the drop D, it sounds a little bit sharp to me. I'm basically just barring the bottom 3 strings. I have been known to do this live with my thumb. I'm not showing off, I just find it easier. It might be easier to show you as well. So 3rd fret, and then up to the 7th. Then ending on the D, open D with the bottom. When we get into the verse, and the first chord for the verse, again same thing, covering the bottom 3 strings, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, then up to the 10th, down to the 9th, 2nd again, then resolves on the D. Okay, so I'll just run that again. So with the first time with the runs, we've got 3rd fret, 7th fret, and then open D. Then we get into the verse, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 10th, 9th, 2nd, and D. So there's a single note pattern going behind the verse chords as well, which is over the first chord, which is the second fret. The next chord, so it goes up one fret, so does the riff, or on the fourth string. Then when we go up to here, so we go really high with the chord, but the riff underneath is low. It's on the fifth string. Then when we go to here, the ninth, going open A string, and back to here, second fret, and we come out of it into the D. So I'll just show you that slowly without the delay. So the first chord, second fret. So that's all you play. Let the delay take care of all the rest of the notes you can hear. And we go to here, third fret, up one fret. So you've got that hammer on, and hit the last note. Pull off, hammer on. I'm not suggesting you do the chords and that together. You'll be two guitar players, one will be doing just the single notes, one will be doing the chords, so I'm just showing you in context. Then we go up to here, on the 10th fret, the riff goes lower, onto the A string, first and third frets. Then we go to the 9th, open A string, and then back to second fret, which is actually just an E minor, that's all it is. But the reason it looks like that is because we're having to compensate for the low D. So I'm playing the E string on the second fret to get an E, then finishing on the D with the back into that. So here's that whole part with the delay, just playing the single note part. So here we go. So I'll just run through the chords. Okay, so the single note part will go. Back into the D on the end. So that just about covers Run Like Hell. There is the ending, which after the rundown sped up, of course. So you just hold the G, and slow down, and end on the D. So just again, just to show you the delay. That's the kind of delay. It's a bare minimum delay you can get away with. In my live setup, I use the 2 delays, but you can get away with 1, and it sounds pretty cool.